Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. And I want to say Shalom to Akim Nakwat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one, alright, with its raw title, This Truth Ain't No Happy-Go-Lucky Bullshit. Right? This truth ain't no happy-go-lucky bullshit. Now, if you don't know what happy-go-lucky means, I implore you to look it up. It means basically, carelessness and regarding the future, not worried about the future, right? And that's how these Christians are, and these people of the world. They're, happy-go-lucky. Everything's going to be all right. Everything's great. Oh, God ain't coming back in my lifetime, right? That's what they say. Maybe in my grandchild's lifetime, right? You always hear these Christians talk about that. You hear these Christians, postponing the inevitable. Oh, the end ain't. Oh, the end's not coming. No. It's fine. You're so miserable. Have some fun. Well, yeah. You can have fun from time to time, but that's not your purpose here, man. At the end of the day, all right. This truth ain't happy-go-lucky bullshit. It's carelessness and just joyful. What's the word? Just filled with mirth and just, doing just whatever, right? It's not that. There's things that you have to take into consideration in this truth, okay? You have to have cares for the future, okay? You can't just forget about those things. You have to understand and say, okay, now what time are we in now? Okay, there's prophecies unfolding, all right? Yahweh Shai is definitely coming back soon. The Most High is visiting her. You should be able to see these things, but everybody's in this happy-go-lucky mindset, all right? As a matter of fact, let's see. I'm going to define it for you. What does it mean to be happy-go-lucky? We know there's no such thing as luck, but it's it's a saying, happy-go-lucky, right? Happy-go-lucky. And it says, cheerfully unconcerned about the future, carefree, right? Untroubled, unworried, unconcerned, heedless. Another word it goes back to is reckless and irresponsible, right? So it goes back to just being irresponsible, thinking everything's going to be all right. Oh, not caring about the future. Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about what's going on. And you got to be worried about it, man. Not worried as, worried to the bone and shaking with fear, but worried as in, you got to be heedful of it, all right? You got to understand what time we're in, what time you're in, right? What time we're all in. Okay, and what you should do to prepare yourself, because it's getting close, man. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3 through 6. It says, we're actually going to get up from verse 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You don't know when you got robbed, right? So it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, that's that happy-go-luckiness, peace, safety, right? Oh, joyfulness, right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Where are we going to? Just verse 6. So let us watch and be sober, because these people, they're not concerned. All right, they're of the dark. All right, they're darkness. They're in that gross darkness. They're shrouded. They don't even know and understand what's going on. Right, and they're the type that if you don't make preparations, all right, you will get robbed unaware. All right, but we're in a situation, where we are aware that there's a thief coming, all right? We don't know exactly when. We don't know what day nor night, all right, nor hour, but we know that one's coming, right? And in like manner, right? Yahweh Shai shall come as a thief in the night. And a thief in the night creeps up on you. You don't know what happens. All of a sudden it just happens, boom, you're robbed. And that's how it's going to be with Yahweh Shai. He's going to come here. Sure, there'll be signs and seasons, but if you're not paying attention to the signs and seasons, then you're not going to be able to see those signs. If you don't pay attention to the signs, you're not going to see the signs. It's pretty straightforward and simple. But yeah, there are signs, but if you're not paying attention to them, what good are they going to do for you, right? But we already know, okay, at some point it's going to happen. We don't know the day and the hour, but we're preparing ourselves, okay? Preparing ourselves. If someone would say, hey, a thief's going to try to rob, you'd make some preparations probably, right? You'd probably lock the door more, maybe get a security system, things like that. But, nobody's taking heed. Nobody's doing those things, right? They're just being willy-nilly, happy-go-lucky, slap-happy, whatever you want to call it. All these different words, and not paying heed to what's to come, and it's going to catch them off guard, and it's going to lead to these people's destructions, man. All right, it's going to lead to their death and destruction and their judgment, and that's not something you want to partake of. All right, Lord willing, we're trying to be saved, all right, and taste of salvation, all right, and hopefully be members of the elect. But I just rolled up to the workplace, so I got to hop off here, all right? And I'll come back and finish it up, as I tend to do, Lord willing. So until I come back and finish this up, Lord willing, shalom. All right, shalom, we're back. So continuing on, I'm going to go ahead and head over and get Luke 21 and 36. So now's not the time to be chilling around, being spiritually asleep. Which means, sleep, not aware of the things that are going on, not aware of the occurrences in the world, not seeing the judgment that's going on, not seeing the prophecies that's going on, not seeing what Trump's doing with the economy, not seeing how this is all leading up for things like a digital dollar, right? Not seeing anything like that. All right, instead being too worried about, mirth or whatever it is that, you happen to be worried with, right? And not seeing things. We all, like I said, enjoy, playing games or watching TV, but you should also know that where we're at. We're at the end of the world, man. And a lot of people don't realize that. They can't see that. And I've mentioned it before, when you're in this truth, you kind of get blinded to the idea of how these people in the world think, right? You're thinking spiritually and not worldly, which is a good thing, but it kind of makes you out of touch with certain things in the world, which is a good thing. As far as things, realizing how these people think, like, oh, these people can't see what's going on. No, they really can't. And you got to kind of think about that sometimes, right? You really got to be like, while we can see those things, they really can't. They really can't see how bad things have gotten. I mean, they see that it's bad, but they can't put two and two together, right? So this is Luke 21 and 36. It says, watch ye therefore and pray always. That's what we should be doing. We should be watching and praying, watching and praying, watching and praying every single day, right? Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So, knowing that this is the case, you should be watching. You should be watching, all right, and you should be praying. But a lot of these people, they don't care. Jake, they don't care. All right, Jake's too worried about whatever it is that Jake happens to be worried about. Fucking off, smoking, wiling out constantly, just doing ridiculous shit, all right? Being ridiculous people doing ridiculous shit, all right? Behaving and looking ridiculous at the same time. And this truth, again, ain't no happy-go-lucky bullshit, all right? And that's why a lot of time people don't want to come in, all right? It's a stumbling block to them, because it's not like, just the other day, I can't remember what it was called, the Christian Madness Dancing Demon, and dealing with, they're in there stomping and stomping and stomping and stomping and stomping and jumping up and around and being stupid, all right, filled with folly. And when these people see this truth, where they see Hebrew Israelites, at least, walking in the right way as they should be, they don't see that. And because of that, it's not happy to them. It's something that's depressing. And this truth isn't meant to be happy. It's supposed to be very sobering. It's supposed to be very, heavy. It's supposed to, a heavy thing that's on you, all right, weigh on you heavy. It's not something that should be filled with joy and laughter, okay? That's going to come at a later point in time, okay? And there's things that make us happy, all right? And there's things to look forward to, but it's not it's not a joyous jump for joy, happy-go-lucky, free-spirited, as they say, type of ministry. That's not what this is, okay? Because that's a bunch of bullshit. That's just bullshit, all right? That's a distraction. That's something that makes you feel good. That's a TED Talk, okay? If you want to feel good and encouraged, all right, about everything's going to be just fine in the future. You need to go to a TED Talk and have them lie to you, because this truth, they're not going to give that to you. They're going to tell you in the future it's going to be bad, okay? And the elect are going to be fine, and Lord willing, we're part of that. But even the elect is, through Jacob's trouble, is not going to have a happy time. It's not going to be a happy time. It's going to be the worst time that's ever been, okay? But they're going to make it, but it's not going to be a happy thing, all right? Something happy. Happy will be when, Lord willing, we receive salvation. Not all the, the bombs and all the things. It's not going to be a happy time. It's not going to be a happy situation, all right? So let's get Matthew 10 and 34. Again, perfectly putting into perspective that it's not about peace, all right? That Rastafari type stuff. We got one love, brother. We got to all to get together and love it. No, that's not what it is, right? This is Matthew. Do you want to read up? Let me see. Just 34. It says, "Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." Right? So that doesn't sound like love and peace and all these different things. That sounds like a terrible time. So it's not this happy and joyful jumping around, God's going to kiss all of our hands, and, we're going to, how these Christians think. Just madness. They think about that rapture. They're all going to, their clothes are going to be nicely folded up, and they're going to, dance around with this Jesus character, this white Jesus, all right, that they've been persecuted by, but for somehow he's going to treat them great, and they're going to be dancing with lambs and sheep and dancing around and frolicking in rose bushes and shit. And that's not how it's going to be, man. Absolutely not, okay? It's not going to be like that. It's going to, there's going to be a serious vibe, all right, to salvation, okay? And you'll be relieved. You'll have that relief. But it's going to be a very serious situation, all right, because you just got saved through the worst time ever. You're going to be relieved, overwhelmed, all right, probably, tears of joy, all right, and tears of joy as in tears of relief that you actually made it. And then you'll, have that feel like that weight is off your shoulder, okay? It's going to be a very serious situation, though, a very heavy situation, right? And then the last scripture that I'm going to get for the lesson, just a shorter little lesson today, is Matthew 27 and 37. We're going to go through 39. So Matthew 37, bear with me. And, 27 and 37. I got the numbers backwards. That happens from time to time. It's like, 27 and 37. See, this is 27, 37. I messed up somewhere here. Bear with me. Bear with me. I see. Yeah. Okay, Slovakia. So, that's what was going on with it. I had the wrong, somehow, there was a 4 that was typed. 7 that was typed instead of a 4. I don't know why. I don't know, fat-fingered or something. So, verse 27, Matthew 24 and 37 reads, "But as the days of Noe were," all right, Noe's name was changed, to Noah, okay? "But as the days of Noe were," Noah, right? "So shall the coming of the Son of Man be. And you remember, if you know anything about that story, a lot of scoffers saying, oh, it's never even rained like that. You're building this boat for nothing, yada, 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 right? It says, for verse 38, it says, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and given in marriage, until the day that Noe entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Let's continue on in verse 40. It says, then shall two be in a field, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken, and the other left. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So, again, biblically, and I think still, and they do it in military still. All right, you'd have watches, all right, first watch, second watch, last watch, and if you knew, hey, during second watch, someone's going to come and try to steal, you wouldn't have took your nap during second watch. Oh, it's first watch is all right. That's when stuff might pop off right about. Third watch, somebody might come in the morning. But second watch, maybe I can get away with just taking a little bit of nap. But if you knew, hey, second watch, someone's going to come and try to steal some stuff, you would have stayed awake, all right? You would have stayed awake and watched. But a lot of these people aren't watching right now. They're not caring. They're not taking any precautions. Okay, they're with that happy-go-lucky bullshit over with the Christians. Okay, they don't know what's going on. They don't know who they are. They don't know what the true names of the Father and the Son are. They don't know what time we're in. They don't know what type of things that are going to happen. They think that Jacob's trouble is not going to happen like that. They think it's already done away with. They think it's going to be all fun and games. Oh, we're not going to suffer again. The Lord won't make us suffer again. That's what they're under. And just everything needs to be happy. Everything needs to be fun. Everything needs to be bunnies and pink and cuddly, right? It can't have any harshness to it. Can't have a sharp edge. Nope, wouldn't want to prick yourself on it and hurt yourself. Everything's got to be good, right? And that's the type of situation that you're not going to see coming into, all right? You're going to see death, judgment, despair, all right? 1,000 shall fall. What is it? 1,000 shall fall. Let's see. On your left. Let's see. Bear with me. If you're of the elect, Psalms 91:7 reads, bear with me, got something in my eye. Reads, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. So yeah, you're going to see things, you're going to hear things, you're going to be, on edge. But it's not going to happen to you if you're of the elect. But it's something you're still going to have to be mindful of and watch out for. Right? So that's been the lesson. A little shorter of a lesson, so Lord willing, still edifying. This truth ain't no happy-go-lucky bullshit. Right? It ain't that. And, dealing with all that stuff. We know there's no such thing as luck, but it's a saying, happy-go-lucky, right? And no, without a care in the world. All right? You have to have a care in this truth. Because if you don't, you're going to get caught unaware. And you're not going to know what's going on. Right? And that's not a situation you want to be in. That's Christian madness. You don't want to bring that in this truth. All right? This truth prides ourselves, not being proud, but, the term pride yourself on, watching, all right, and understanding prophecy. All right? Not just dilly-dallying and messing around. And the truth is serious. Okay? It's a serious matter. It's not just, you have to watch. Look at the news every single day. You should be looking at some capacity of news. Something's going on. Right? Whether it's, Reddit popular, Google News, there's places you can get a large amount of news condensed into one location. All right? You don't have to go to CBS and hop to NBC, then hop to Fox, no, you can get Reddit popular, or go to r/news or r/world news, all right, on Reddit, or you can go to Google News, all right? There's different places you can get it all condensed in a lot of different stories, and even have search functions just to see what's going on if you're looking for things, right? So it's not like that, Christian. You're not going to hear no singing and dancing and stomping over here. All right, you're not going to see that. So that's the lesson. We're going to close out with that. Lord willing, it was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing, shalom.